EcoWare is India's first and largest sustainable packaging company, a one-stop shop for eco-friendly products that are 100% natural, biodegradable, and easily affordable. By way of background, I am a pharmacologist. I used to work for Pfizer in the UK. Responsible living and minimizing our usage of plastic on our day-to-day lives has always been a passion. I moved to India in 2009 and struggled to find a job because I didn't have an MBA. I found this extremely confusing because I strongly believe in transferable skills and actual practical knowledge versus the theory that we are endlessly taught. Anyway, I decided to try and do my GMAT exams. I absolutely hated it, and that's when I decided to become an entrepreneur. I believe entrepreneurship is the answer to most of the problems we face today, and I believe that to my core because where most of the world sees failures and problems, entrepreneurs see the exact same thing and they see solutions and opportunities. As entrepreneurs, we create solutions to problems we care about, and actions create impact. I came across an interesting quote I wanted to share with you by George Bernard Shaw. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world, the unreasonable one persists and adapts the world to himself. Therefore, progress depends on the unreasonable man. The truth is, it takes a lot to jump off your career track, to risk everything you have and could have, and will something into existence that has never existed before. And for me, that was the plastic menace I saw when I moved to India. I saw people freely eat out of plastic plates, bowls, cups, and not understand the negative health impacts, not care how they disposed of them, not worry about these endlessly growing landfills that we have, and I wanted to create a solution. Plastic has become an indispensable material in today's modern society. We all know plastic pollution has become one of our planet's greatest environmental threats. Here are some scary facts if you didn't know them already. 9.1 billion tons of plastic is said to have been manufactured since the material was mass-produced in the 1950s. Globally, only 9% of plastic waste is recycled, 12% incinerated, and a whopping 79% ends up in landfills. In India, where we account for almost 18% of the global population, we produce almost 26,000 tons of plastic waste every day. I understand in reality we cannot eliminate plastic use from our day-to-day activity. So today I specifically want to draw your attention to plastic packaging, or what we call single-use plastic, because I feel that this is low-hanging fruit. According to the UN, plastic packaging accounts for nearly half of all plastic waste globally. Much of this is thrown away within minutes of firstly being used. We are all guilty of this. When was the last time you shopped online or ordered a food takeaway? When eating out of that plastic container, did any of you ever stop to think there was more than just food that you ordered going into your mouth? We all know plastic can take up to thousands of years to decompose. Forget the plastic water bottle you used today or yesterday. The first straw you ever used in your life is still lying in the landfill somewhere and will outlive you and your children too. EcoWare was founded in 2009 on the basis of three guiding principles. 1. Safety. We wanted to create a product that allowed humanity to eat safely and did not harm the environment. The second was purpose. We wanted to create impact in everything that we do. And authenticity. We wanted to stand away from all the greenwash that exists. When we started, there was very little awareness about the harmful effects of plastic. There were no plastic bans, educational campaigns, advocacy, or even incentives. Cheap oil prices led to proliferation of plastic production and usage, and the devastation it caused to the natural environment and the harmful effects on human and animal health goes unnoticed. We use the waste of locally sourced agricultural crops and convert it into disposable tableware and packaging for use in food services, medical care, and industrial packaging. Our products are 100% natural, compostable, and biodegrade within a 90-day period. So very simply, if you put one of our products in soil, it will turn into soil in 90 days. We use only local raw materials, keeping our cost and carbon footprint low. I was 27 years old when I started this business. New to Delhi, my Hindi wasn't great, but I still managed to navigate through Sadar Bazaar and persuade generational vendors to ditch plastic and start selling EcoWare instead. I persevered and made sure that EcoWare disrupted a commoditized packaging industry. I recall going to a supermarket in Gurgaon, surrounded by all the great condos, and I asked the owner if he would store and sell my product. And I was categorically told that ye kabhi nahi chalega. So I said, sure. I continued onwards and upwards to build my market and market share. Bottom line, you've got to have conviction in what you're trying to do. We introduced a new concept, a new product, a new price point. Obviously, the beauty being that it's 100% biodegradable and compostable. But we began this journey at a time where there was very little awareness. There wasn't a Clean India campaign, Swachh Bharat. None of my stakeholders understood what we were trying to do or understood what biodegradable or compostable meant. We worked with RWAs, which are resident welfare associations, schools, colleges, local communities, to create awareness, to create understanding, and change consumer behavior. Our customers include the likes of the Indian Railways, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Haldiram's. I'm really proud of the impact that we've created in our 11-year journey. We have proven that for every dollar invested in our company, there is a $2.50 return. We've displaced over 300 million pieces of single-use plastic. 100% of our revenue is derived from a circular economy model. We've created jobs that never existed before. 30% of our team are women. And the great thing about growing this organization is about scaling our impact. In 2019, I had the honor of receiving the Nari Shakti Puraskar from the President of India, which is the highest civilian honor bestowed over women. And I was told that this isn't for what you have done, this is for what you can do. All this growth and success has obviously come with its fair share of challenges. Being a founder is a daily challenge. I strive every day to make EcoWare the best that it can be. There are days risks pay off, and there's some days that it doesn't. And these are the days that we learn, we improve, and we strive for better. Ultimately, good decisions come from experience. But you gain experience when you learn from your bad decisions. So the important thing is to always keep learning. My personal learning is that I've learned to laugh. I've learned to be thick-skinned. You learn to pick your battles and move on. Bottom line, you've built something that impacts planet and humanity in the best way possible. And that's what drives me to do more. The greatest injustice is not trying. So I encourage all of you that want to be entrepreneurs to go out there and give it a shot. What's the worst case scenario? It won't work, but you will grow as a result of your experience. You would have learned something. You would have a better, deeper understanding of what to do next. To all the women who are listening, you must always be financially independent. Work, apply your mind, your skill set, and do as much as you want to do. You can do it all. Don't ever think that you have to choose one thing over another. My advice to you when you start thinking of your startup, if you want to be the startup that lasts, build value, not the one that disappears, then create, develop, and dominate a new category of products and services. Your new idea must shape lives and alter the future. Don't just make a product, build a whole new category, dominate that space, and create value over time. The most exciting companies out there create. They give us new ways of living, thinking, or doing business, many times solving problems that we didn't even know we had. Look at Uber. Before, we used to hail a cab by waving our arm up in the air. Now that just seems dumb. In your business model, purpose and profit have to go hand in hand. I say this not just because the planet needs it, but because consumers today are attracted to companies that have purpose. And they are becoming more and more impatient for values. Your new consumer is the Greta Thunbergs of the world. They're my children. Ones that come home and say, don't like crackers because I'm going to get a cough. Don't burn ramen during the Shera because it causes pollution. Let's just throw darts at it. Once you've created a new category, as a founder, as a CEO, your number one job is to change the way people think. Your product, your company, your culture, your marketing, absolutely everything has to be aligned with transforming the way the potential customer thinks. Once you change the way they think, they will buy differently. These very consumers will always remember your brand as industry standards, and you will dominate this space that you have created. There is only one boss, the customer, and he can fire everybody in the company from the chairman on down simply by spending his money somewhere else. Like every great business story, ours starts with the customer. What they want is the most important thing ever. The journey is incredibly lonely and incredibly hard. The odds are stacked against you. Have the humility to listen to your market, listen to your customer, be agile, even if it means that you have to adapt your business again and again. Have the confidence to rebuild your business if required, because that might just happen. Ignore the skeptics. Ultimately, have the impatience to make your good idea a success. Most importantly, infuse all of the above values into the rest of your team. Your team is extremely important. Remember that we is always greater than I. Your guiding principles need to be the soul of your organization. As CEO and founder, I ensure that I communicate my values through my actions to all my stakeholders. I strongly believe that this alignment has allowed EcoWare to remain steadfast and create impact, and will continue to do so because the key to a successful enterprise is its people. Finally, the world is better than it has ever been before, but you know what? That's not good enough. So we are counting on all of you here today to go out there to find solutions to the biggest challenges we face today. I hope I leave you here today thinking about what change it is that you want to lead. Thank you.